me what is love. It's not guaranteed. It is up. Oh my gosh. 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 Approved. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's going on here? What's going on here? Approved. Unable to add guests that can't be added to your broadcast while users are. There you go.
Yeah, because I had to turn my camera.
Oh my
because you got your
gosh.
camera turned.
I said, where is she?
I'm here. I'm here, baby.
What's good, you guys? We tried to do the other way, the other platform, but what's good, you guys?
What's going on? What's going on?
So, we're going to go ahead and start. You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome you guys to the J Royal Show. As you see, I'm in my car because I do my smoothies at my car.
Yeah.
My smoothies at my car. So I'm like, why not do the first episode out the car? Because GPS said I could. You know?
That's right. GPS, that's what I do.
Why not? So, you guys, my name is Jay Royal, and welcome to my show where I will be silly, I will be goofy, I will have serious moments, I'll be all over the place, I will get into things of the things, and I'm just a small boy from Griffin. That's all I am.
Griffin.
That's all I am. So, welcome again to my show, you guys. Y'all have any questions about the show, anything you want to know, anything you want to pop up on, you can. But I'm going to let my guest introduce herself so we can get to the things of things. Hey, baby.
Things of the thing. So you got this camera rotated to fall in the long way, right? So I'm like, oh, it is so awkward. But I got it. I am your GPS, which stands for God's personal servant. And I am empowered to help people become the best that they can be. I'm empowered by God, by source, to live the best life, to walk in your dreams, to walk in your prosperity, just walk in your desire and just be you, regardless of what people say, regardless of what obstacles you may face. Like, I'm just here to help guide. That's why it's GPS, and I'm God's personal servant to help guide you along this journey called life.
Come on, directions.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's it. That's it.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited and nervous at the same time because I have not done vlogging in forever, and I was like, I bought some stuff today. I bought the sign that said J Royal. I bought more ring lights that said J Royal. Where did she go? I bought all these things that said J Royal and not using none of those things today. Like, I'm not using nothing. Where did she go? Did she leave me? Did she leave me? Hold up. Let me see what's happening here. Where did she go? Wait, y'all. Let me see up to her. Let me see what happened to her. Not me losing service. Is it not guaranteed what is real? Because I have not done this in a long time, and everybody like, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Let me see what happened to her right quick. Let's see what happened to her. There she go. There she go. Hold it, y'all. Let me get her back. Let me get her back.
I don't know what done did happen.
Thank you, Missy Boo. Thank you, Greg. Nothing much. Just trying to do this thing that you have opened my eyes to. I don't know what happened. I said, what happened to my guest? I almost started sweating.
No
Almost
sweat.
thought-
No sweat.
I
No
almost
sweat.
like, wait a minute.
I can't see no comments though, but I guess that's
I
because
see the
that's the low. Yeah,
I see
because
the-
I'm the low. Well, you got another device. So anyway, we all good. Yeah. Long as you read them. Any
Listen,
questions? We in this thing.
we are. So, you said you're a pastor. And I want to get.
I ain't say I was a pastor.
No, wait, take it back. You said you're a minister. My bad.
I didn't say minister.
What you
I
say?
ain't say nothing church. I said I'm your GPS.
Well, she said she's your GPS to the Lord.
So
My bad.
okay. So you are okay. So my position in the spiritual world of the church is I'm an apostle.
Yes, she is.
I'm an co-pastoring with at the Real Center of Atlanta, and so that's what I do as well. But you know, I am, when it comes to spirituality, I'm just not boxed into the church. So I'm about the whole man, because God has created us from crown of head to the sole of our feet, right? Heart, mind, body, and soul. So there's no limits. I don't put God in a box. And so I preach from a perspective of being the whole man. I talk from the perspective of being you living in your wholeness,
right?
Regardless, having fun, being sad, being goofy, whatever the case may be, being turned up. Let's be real,
right?
You know what I'm saying? How we gonna do this journey and how we gonna be taking this road if we ain't being real and authentic?
You better say that again, because we got a lot of phonies in the world.
Man, let me tell you, I just said that today. Like, dang,
we don't need no more phonies.
Everybody be fake kicking it.
We don't need no more phonies.
No more phonies.
So today I was sitting down thinking, what do I want this show, like the opening show, what did I want it to base it off of? And everything came back to what is self-love, what is self-respect, and you know, everybody have their own meaning, but have you learned what your self-worth and love is yet?
I feel every day I'm learning it. I don't think that's a time where you will not learn that.
Right.
Every day I believe in, you know, like when you got your boo and you say, man, I fell in love with you again. You need to fall in love with yourself again daily.
Right.
So I have had, you know, relationships and in a relationship now. But before this relationship, I had to do more self-work to even kind of receive this love.
Right.
And so I took a lot of time to deal with Marnisha. Before I did anything for anybody else, I had a season where I just started buying me stuff. Right. Sitting with myself, being alone. Like me being alone and being by myself. You know, and I buy the little simple things, cookies, gum, whatever. And normally I wouldn't be like, I'm all right, I don't need that. But I started respecting me by blessing me.
Right.
Because I'm a giver. So I would give anybody my last dime.
Right.
You talking about some love, my friends, it don't matter who you are. If I got $10, I'm not giving you half. If you need 10, it's 10 is yours. And then I just be like, I figure it out. However I figure it out, because God gonna make a way for me, you know. But that I realized some of the things and the reasons I was giving was because I was trying to fulfill the root of rejection. I was trying to feel and draw people to me to love me for me when I really didn't even respect me for me. I see you.
I'm finna dive in. Don't jump on me.
You know, this is open transparency all day long.
So you call if I reference, I'm queer. Okay. That's me.
Okay.
What would be the respectful term for you, if I can say this right?
I'm just me. I've always been just me. But if I gotta be under the title again, I am a lesbian. I'm a lesbian.
I love it.
Lesbian, straight. I'm a woman that love women. I'm not trying to be a man. I may have masculine characteristics, but I'm not trying. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when people ask me, that is who I am. I'm not like, you want to be a man? No. I am a woman that simply love women.
Amen. Today, and I'm a man that simply love me. Now this is the thing. When I came on your platform,
okay,
and you asked that question, we dive in so many different things. It was just like, climbing mountains.
Right.
And I was like, to this day, there are people still struggle with them being DL or being lesbian,
Sexuality and spirituality.
and come to find out it's rooted of love. You know what I'm saying? The love that they're not getting, that this complacement of searching for their inner peace, you know. So we give and we give and we give. So I was like, how do we get back to the center of loving ourselves so we can love our partner, right? Because half the time I know I cheated on my lovers because I didn't love myself, or I did something out the way to a friend because I didn't love myself. You know what I'm saying? So it all back to that self-love and forgiveness that a lot of us don't do. So I was like, what is love? How can we get back to the roots? I'm glad you answered that. What is love to you? Because you're a giver by nature. Like, I met you, and that's what your heart is. Your heart is so much of that. So, what is your love language, my love? Tell me what's your love language. Do you know what your
My
love
language, number one, is affection.
Okay.
Top off affection. I'm verbally affectionate. I am touchy-feely affectionate. I am things that that tie into being a giver, but giving is a whole nother thing in itself as a love language. Now, for me, my number one is affection. Right. I'm affectionate, and I'm mushy. I'm a cake, man. I can make a whole bakery. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you know. And I'm told that I got game, you know, but it's not game. I be just telling the truth of how I feel right then and there, you know. Especially, So I don't, you know, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? So my love language is affection.
My love language, which I'm gonna talk about affection, but my love language would be affirmations.
That's my number two.
I love to be told amazing things and to be lifted up and motivated and inspired. So words of affirmation will get me out my shirt quickly because you just make me feel amazing before the day started.
yeah. And I think that's what ties in with affection with me, because I'm affectionate, but when it comes to words, I'm affectionate with my words. I show, I affirm, I lift up, not to tear down. And it don't be, that's why they say it's game. It's not game. It's how I feel. I tell my bae in a minute, just send her a little mushy text and say, you know, hey, I don't know, whatever it is I'm thinking about, bae, you got my thought. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that type of
So you telling me that you don't got game? That's what you
No,
telling me?
I'm saying I wouldn't say it's game. People say it's game because you're on a mission trying to get something. But I don't have no game to try to get something. I'm just gonna be, you know, tell it how I feel. And whatever happens, it happens. But you know, I don't live that life no more. Listen, I'm a Sagittarius. So I'm already judged as a flirtatious person because they say Sagittarius is I flirt. But you know, I'm just me. But yes, affection and affirmation is my second one.
Okay. I'm gonna take that. What did somebody say down here? That's game. You are on a mission to capture her heart and keep it. Come on, Brandon. Let it be known.
See, that's the thing, the keeping it part. See, so you know that would it. Well, if that's a game to me, because I don't like the word game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because people pick up games and play it and put it to the wayside. So I play for keeps.
If you don't like games, so you feel like it's don't be called game, because that's what it is. But if you don't want the word game, what's another smooth word so we can use that word instead of game? What word can we use besides
I'm on
game?
A mission.
GPS.
Hey, listen, I'm on a mission. If I'm feeling you like that, if I want you like that, let me tell you, this my partner. She gonna kill me for this, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't a cakewalk. It was something I had to. Man, I was already opening up, learning myself again, loving myself, and she put them brakes on it. Like, oh, you think this gonna? And I don't think she intentionally did it. It was just like, oh yeah, no, we ain't gonna move that fast.
I was told to inform you this is in the nicest ways possible. A rose by any other name is still a rose.
Whatever.
A rose is still a rose.
A rose is still a rose, and it's going right. I got you. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
You know what's crazy is that you met me. We've been in the same room and we shared the same energy. And I don't know what people flirt with me. I don't know. People think I'm stuck up when they meet Jay Royal. And I told people, y'all like the idea. So when they flirt or make a pass, I miss it. I'm a blunt. Like, I'm like, oh, you was flirting? Like, it would have been better if you come up to me and said,
I'm interested.
You know, instead of
I think
whatever
you cute.
You
know, hot. Feel on your booty or something. Ooh. I'm naive like that too. You know what I'm saying?
That's gay. That's gay right there. Because I probably the right person said I might just let it slide.
Right. But I think, yeah, stuff like that, I'm definitely blind. So I'm naive to that.
Right.
I'm not. I gotta know for sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't like rejection. So I'm not one to like rejection. So who I am, like, so I'm a personable person.
Right.
That's just I'm a charismatic person. I love people. So my personality is when I walk into a room, I'm engaging. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Whatever. You got a question? I didn't see it. What somebody say? What somebody say? You reading that comment? What somebody say?
Well, we have an engager, and I love when people engage. He said, I tell people I'm single. You can shoot your shot, yet throw the ball at my head because I'm not always aware.
I like that. You got to be direct.
But
now, when your DM start blowing up after this, know that you asked for it.
Be ye aware. But what's crazy is that you don't do well with rejection. I thrive on rejection. That's my thriving point because I reflect on me that make me project on you. So I reflect like, what is it about this that you ain't feeling? But then I turn it back and I project that back to see, oh, thank God I missed the bullet or something like that. So I thrive off rejection. It really. Yeah,
I'm just when I say that, I don't put myself out to easily get rejected. I'm not one to just say, bam. Now these days I am, but that was one of my root issues where rejection had me and I wasn't.
Let me tell you, this has been. I'm enjoying this. I'm so happy that you did this with me.
I love it.
So I gave you my list of what the show is about. Okay, I gave you, and this is just good. But I just was like, what do I want to do? I just don't know why, but I just feel like we're missing a lot of love. Like, a lot of folks don't love each other. I'm like, I just want to touch on love and all those things. But now I know you didn't write it down, so I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Okay.
This is supposed to be the Q&A.
Okay, we on Q&A now.
Super simple. We're gonna keep the show cute, simple, and fun.
Okay.
10 questions.
10 questions. All right.
And the fun part about the Q&A is we can try to figure out, is it a lie or is it?
Oh, so now we're gonna play a game. Okay. Okay. See, that didn't come in the notes. That didn't come in the layout. I got you. I like that. That's spicy, darling.
I was thinking quick on my feet. So, my first question to you, and we'll give people enough time to find out is the truth or a lie.
Okay.
We'll get enough time to figure out.
So I can lie on purpose?
On purpose, with intent.
Okay. Let's go with this thing. Let's go with this thing. And I'm not a good liar. So go ahead. So I'm going to fail. I can't lie.
I suck at lying, but I think I get away with the poker face. But I'm a Libra, so they say we lie Libras. So
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait a minute.
Listen, I could. Hey, you got spades real good too. Made people believe. Made me believe. But see, that was the energy. You wasn't at your best, brightest, but you know we worked together. Hey, we won them games.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are you saying to me that I bamboozled you? We have a team. Leo. We have a team Leo in the building. Okay. My first question to you would be, oh my gosh, I didn't plan this through. It's okay.
This is what it is. It's free flowing.
I'm a fan. I'm a music lover.
Okay.
And music helped me solve a lot of today's problems. Like I crank up the radio and it'll keep me from killing somebody, or it helps me make love to you all night. So it's depends on the feel of the
moment. What mood you in? All right.
What is your genre? What is your type of music? Now, this don't have to be a lot. It's just a simple question. It's just a question. What is your go-to music to make you feel like I'm a music is my king. That's my hat. That's my crown. So Gospel. Who's your favorite artist? Don't say Tasha Cobb either.
No. Oh no, nothing wrong with her. Nothing wrong with her. But I'm just not a Tasha Cobb fan. I like her music. But let me see. Do I have one now? I really don't really have a favorite artist. Like growing up, I was a young Londa Adams fan. But now I'm just whatever hitting. Like whatever hitting. Whoever got any song that resonates with me. I heard this song by a college the other day, North Carolina, somebody college. And I'm also too more into the contemporary, Maverick music, Gyra, so I'm versatile. You know what I'm saying? And it is people, yeah. So music is my go-to.
That's my crown.
That's my crown.
If you around me every day, I got a song for every word out your mouth. My friends hate it. They start talking about a window, and I start saying, I bust the windows out your car. Like they hate me so much. It just happens.
And I'm a drummer, so I'm a musician. So I'm a drummer. So yeah.
But you don't have rhythm.
Yeah, I got rhythm.
Most drummers don't have rhythm.
I got rhythm. I can dance too.
Most drummers don't have rhythm.
Let me tell you, I'm not that one. I'm not that one. I can dance. I can, at least I can do a little step. Huh?
Okay. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see this dance. I'm saying, you know what? She lied.
No, you gonna be like, oh, I may make you laugh because I'm silly, but
you have to see. Okay, you can't see the comments, but
I cannot. I don't know why. Maybe because it's long.
Y'all can ask us questions. This is just not for us to go back and forth. You can ask us questions.
So let me ask you a question. Okay. Question for you. How old was you when you realized you liked the same sex?
3. I'm just kidding.
Is that a lie? Or is that the truth? Is that a lie?
No. The truth is, I feel like we all know at a young age, and but I'm being real with you. I was raised in a world that was not acceptable. So I knew I had feelings towards the same sex. I just couldn't place my feelings because there was no representation. Like all these shows out now. Like my first time actually seeing gay shows, my mama watching this show called Queer as Folks with all you white people.
I love it. Oh, I'm putting up my age. Oh, yeah.
So I was watching it, and then I finally caught this show called Noah's Ark, and I finally saw someone of this complexion. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to be Noah in my circle. I want a wave. I want a hole in my circle. I want Chad. I want this one. So I knew at a young age.
The vagina.
It was so crazy because I knew I liked guys, but like I said, I was too afraid, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot. Queer as Folk was a great show. He said it too quickly. Watch your lip. Watch your lip. Watch your lip. He said you have to have rhythm to be effective drummer. That's not true. I know some drummers who don't got no rhythm. They be up. Let me tear it up. They be tearing it down. Noah's Ark was amazing.
I love Noah's Ark. I didn't like the movie though.
What?
I liked the movie. I didn't like the way they had Noah's hair.
The last one?
Yes, like when they got married and stuff, it's like his hair was a bomb the whole show. Yeah. And the next thing you know, that he up here looking like a ragamuffin. I ain't like that style on him,
Okay, so what is your favorite food? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna let you say something. I'm trying to figure out if you're lying and tell the truth. We're gonna do that. So let me ask the question. You know what you lied about and tell the truth about. But I'm a food lover. I bake my butt off. I'm a baker. I love to eat.
Okay.
And next week episode, I will have food with the next guest, and we're gonna be chopping it up, talking about some things. What is your favorite food?
Eggs.
What?
Eggs.
Boiled, scrambled, fried. I mean, baked.
No poached eggs. I love eggs. Well, I guess we're getting a little personal, but yeah, I love eggs.
We'll play it safe. You like peaches?
Yeah, especially in this type of season.
Hello. Okay, now.
So was that a lie or the truth?
Oh, there was the lie of truth. You don't like eggs like that.
I do. That's the truth. That's the other guy truth.
Oh,
it used to be mac and cheese.
They'll believe you. Because I don't believe you. Who just rather like eggs?
Me.
Oh.
The weird one in the room.
I see. That's a pause. What she say? Eggs. Oh gosh. My favorite food, when I was eating very unhealthy, because I like smoothies. Smoothies is my go-to. I have a smoothie a day. I got this thing I do what you guys call Smoothie with Jay. Mm-hmm. My go-to smoothie is the strawberry banana Hulk. Add protein, energy, but this is my go-to. And if I have to say my dirty desire, if I have to have it, it's French fries.
Mm-hmm. So you can dress up French fries. French fries will send you to heaven.
Sure,
don't let them be loaded and don't let them be made right. And so I have stopped. I cut down on eating a lot of carbs.
Okay.
So French fries is yeah. I be like, oh, when my emotions are high, my anxiety or something going on, I need a French fry. And I'd rather have a fresh potato, cut right, and just put it in that grease and give you a good, nice, crispy French fry.
So let's do a truth or a lie.
Okay.
When I was a little boy, many moons ago. Hold up. You got a question too. Okay. I'm gonna ask that question. But when I was a little boy, I had I met this celebrity. Uh-huh. And she was in this movie in Griffin, Georgia. And I walked up to her and she took her hand out and she said, I am Beyonce. And I fainted.
Knowing you, that would be true. But that's probably that's probably a lie, but I can see that being the truth, that you faint if you meet Beyonce.
I'm getting everybody enough time. Do y'all think that I fainted? I met Beyonce. She was shooting a movie in Griffin, and I fainted. She said, I am Beyonce, and I fainted.
What is Beyonce shooting a movie in Griffin for?
I'll tell you in a minute if it's true or not. It's a lie. It's a lie. He's lying. Since he's the only one participating, lies. Well, sorry, you guys. To tell you the truth, she was shooting this movie called Fighting Temptations, low budget.
Oh, that was in Griffin?
It was shot partially in Griffin. I met Beyonce knows she was at Carter, Giselle, and I did faint. And I'm like, why this whole introducing herself? I know who she is, but she doesn't know who I am.
I am, right?
I am Jay. At the time, I was called JC. But anyway, I did meet Beyonce.
See, I told you.
Old movie. It was called Fighting Temptations. If you go look at the movie, you see parts of Griffin in that movie.
Yeah, I just watched that movie the other day. Piece of it.
Yeah, Griffin's in that movie. They shot the parts of that movie. Griffin. So no, it wasn't a lie. Oops. So somebody asked the question. He asked, what something that make both of you smile? What make us smile today? What put a smile on your face today?
Okay, you gonna answer that one first?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna kill him. I called you Eric because I was like, Eric got to come on this show because me and Eric got a thing going on. But no, okay. I asked what made me smile today. I've been going through a lot, but what put a smile on my day today is I do this thing called affirmation, 21-day affirmation. And today's affirmation was, I am a king. I'm a money magnet. Money find me attractive. And today it was like people just giving money out their pocket to me, and they had to sell my body. Hey,
Hey, you kept it. Want to
no,
do it? He'll
no
keep
only
the
thing,
whole if
no
you want
only
them.
thing. Glory, glory, glory.
Yeah, my.
Time.
Listen,
But
you
no,
don't have to give away your glory to get some glory.
hey,
You would have to give away your glory to get some glory.
but I'm an affirmation king, and I actually train people to learn how to do affirmation and how
Okay.
to believe. So what makes me smile is to see that what I believe and what I speak is true, because there's power in your tongue. So
Yeah.
that made me.
Oh, yeah.
Your turn.
What made me smile today?
Yes.
I got a text, and someone was really transparent with me, and that made me smile. That's one. Secondly, I had to share something with my friends, and I thought I didn't want to share it, so because my feelings was bothered. I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. But I shared it, and their response to me was nothing like I expected. They valued my feelings. They accepted it. They took accountability for how they made me feel, and that didn't just make me smile, but it was a sense of healing that I experienced today.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And there you have it. Spoke that money word into the wind, and the wind responded.
Speak
Hey,
to the wind. That's the book. You in the book. Whoever said that's in the book.
Thank you, Lord.
Let me go outside and speak. Somebody bought me coffee yesterday morning too, and then gave me $1 left over and said had a change.
Woo,
I was grateful. See, I'm appreciative about the small blessings. It's the little things. Come on, somebody.
Hey, Shabbat. So my question is to you: when did you know that you was into women? Like, when did this happen?
The first time I was 8 when I had my first kind of kiss.
Hey.
Yeah, I was 8.
Wait, how old was she? Okay, never mind.
She was a year younger than me.
Oh, so you was the boy who pursued her. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. This is your story, not mine.
So I was 8, and so yeah, I was 8.
Okay.
And it was just a kiss. But after that, I was like, can't do that. Ain't never seen that. And so when I started watching scenes on TV, I was always drawn to the woman, and I was like, oh, there's something about that woman. Like I was just so drawn into a woman, and I didn't even know. Like, check this out. I'm old, y'all, so I didn't even know that it existed.
Right.
I was so sheltered. My mom and them kept me sheltered and everything else. So I didn't even know that it was a such thing, or it was possible for two women to be together.
Right. Me neither. I didn't. My mom and my dad kept us so sheltered that I didn't know that guys like guys. So I understand. I didn't see that. Like I told you, I had to catch Queer as Folk. I had to catch Noah's Ark. I listened to that nasty old lady on the sex channel talk about sex, and she's like 100 years old, telling people how to connect stuff together.
Let me tell you, I snuck. Showtime was the channel to watch. If you had cable, and then if you had able, the channels you was able to see through the antennas. I'm really telling my age. But when I had that, and Showtime would come in, and the fuzziness would come in, that's when I started seeing a little bit something, and it started making me feel all warm inside. And I didn't know about the feelings. I was tingling. So yeah. But when I really, really accepted my sexuality, because I fought with it for a long time. I grew up in church. Very active in church, very young. Youth ministry, drill team, choir, director, praise and worship. Name it, I did it. I know all of it. So that was a strong battle for me. I went to college, played ball, got a basketball scholarship. Then everybody started coming out the woodworks my senior year in college, high school, and then my freshman year in college. And I'm like, oh my God, all of this, the devil is a lie. You know, I cannot deal with this. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to hell, blah, 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 blah. I dealt heavy and I was very suicidal, heavy suicidal thoughts, because I'm like, God, how can you call me and use me, and I'm dreaming and you speaking to me and everything else, but I desire to be with a woman. The touch of a woman soothes me. Everything else. So I was just like, yo.
I'm telling you what's crazy. I went to that altar so many times and let them throw that chicken oil on my head and say that.
you were doing your own seance?
That bacon grease right here and put that cross and said you not gay no more. That you delivered, and I believed that, and I left still wanting Steve. Like, I was confused. Like, am I abomination? Like, why am I still lusting after Steve? And so it's a real thing. When you said that, like, I suffered that same fate into my grandmama, but yeah.
And see, the thing is, God dealt with me, and I remember because I was like, I like this, and He started talking about be real, be real. I kept feeling I need to tell the truth. I said, God, deliver me from everything else. Take away everything, but don't take away that desire for a woman, because I love it. I love it. And so, but the thing that it did now, my lust for it changed.
Different, right?
I stopped lusting after it because I was in my word, I was praying, I was doing other things, and my mindset began to change. Right. But it changed to a position of God preparing me, because I would still read the word, and I come across the scriptures about love your wife, all this, and I said, God, I want to love that woman like you love the church. Literally, that's how I started and taking and putting myself in those positions and seeing it.
I love you. I'm telling you, when I stopped lying, because I was DL, and every guy who called me gay, I slept their girlfriend. That wasn't right. Now I apologize already for this. I make my bed. I apologize for sleeping with your girlfriends. I knew you tell the truth, but that was your place. But for me,
you brought up the silent laugh.
For me, when I accepted my truth, I stopped being a liar. I stopped being, yes, DL. Look, somebody said DL. Yes, DL. I was DL. But when I stopped,
hey, I was straight but distracted.
Hey, Shabbat. But it's so crazy, because when I stopped and I accepted my place, when I accepted my position, I wasn't a hoe no more. I wasn't a liar no more, because I freed myself. Nobody had nothing on me no more. People had this, who knew the secret could use it as a weapon. Like, I'm gonna tell the world, I'm gonna do this to you. Which I tell you to do. If you don't sleep with my husband, it got deep in my life, because I was doing stuff I didn't want to do. But once I took my power back, once I took me back, nobody had nothing no more. So I learned how to love from a different angle, because the whole time I was living a lie, and my lie created a monster and brought out the worst in me, because I was doing stuff that I was doing stuff that I just.
So can we get a little R-rated thing, since you saying you was doing stuff? What was one of the, you don't got to get all details.
I will.
Or whatever.
This is Jay Warrior Show. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, this is your show. You can get all deep provocative if you want to. Listen, so what was one of the, I guess looking back, one of the craziest things that you did
the first thing.
You know.
The first thing, I'm gonna say the first thing. I was new to the gay scene. I was DL, and I downloaded this app called Ada for Ada.
I remember that app.
I was like 19 or whatever, and this 45, 50-year-old guy, he was on there, and he was like, come and see me and all this stuff. And I think the wildest thing for me to do at that time, I didn't get to know him. I just pulled up at his house, and I just looked back at that boy. He was so insecure. I let someone take advantage of him. I apologize to myself about that, but I allowed this old gay disrespect me, because he already knew he could take advantage of that innocent, but he didn't do it by himself. I gave myself to that. So I had to apologize to myself. The second thing I did was, it was this married man. It was so crazy. I was minding my business, and couples are couples. So I didn't know he was married at the time. But I was so reckless when I found out he was married. I held it above his head, and I took advantage of him. Like, I'm gonna tell your wife, if you stop messing with me, I'm telling. I'm telling everybody.
Everybody.
It was not fair or right, but there was an insecure little boy that was someone who trying to find his way and his purpose in life. And they didn't make it okay, but I really liked that man. He had a house, a couple of cars, he had no children, a beautiful wife, but you should have said you were married in the beginning, sir. That ain't my business. But if you break up today, your wife will know tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I was telling. I told him that.
Yeah.
My wife don't know. You should never told me that, sir. You should have never told me that, sir.
You never told me that.
Should have kept that.
I got the bullet. I got the bullet.
What is something that you regret when you was younger? What's something you did in your younger days of dealing with yourself?
My young, something I regret. I don't really have any regrets, but I do feel bad. When I was not comfortable being who I am, I wasn't comfortable in my sexuality. I ended up talking to these women, and they ended up liking me. Some fell in love with me, everything else. And I was just like, when I was done, I was done.
Ooh.
That's not okay. Anyway, so I remember this one young lady. She was like, "I want to be with you," and I'm like, "Well, first of all, can't be with me.
Right.
You're younger than me. Go to church together, and we being real true, right? You in my youth ministry. You're in the youth ministry,
right?
I can't mess around. I can't be with you,
right?
But and I was just like, I was still. Some people knew, my closest friends knew, but I wasn't out. I wasn't out. I wasn't known to that capacity. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened to me, I ended up. I told her, I was like, in 3 months, you're gonna fall in love with me. You're gonna fall in love with me in 2 months. And then on the 3rd month, I'm gonna break up with you. She was like, what? And I'm like, because I can't handle having the title of a girlfriend. Right. Having the title of a girlfriend for me, it don't do good with me. It don't sit right with my spirit. So she was like, and I didn't listen. She begged me. I don't say begged me, but she was consistent. Right. And I took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was ready to dip, I dipped. So I'm gonna share
something. I'm gonna read this first. If y'all have any questions, you guys, y'all can comment below, and we're gonna answer those truthfully. In early years of preaching, before I accepted my truth, I bashed gay people.
You was breaking up.
You breaking up? I'm breaking up.
You was breaking up. Mm-hmm.
I'm okay now.
I got you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my early
years,
you
froze.
I froze.
Now you good. There you go.
Hold up. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. In my early years of preaching, before I accepted my truth, I bashed gay people for being for behind the pulpit. That's my regret from his younger years. So he was bashing. He was gay, but he was bashing others for being just that. But it happens. There's still pastors to this day. There's people to this day. There's one thing that I don't regret, but it pisses me off. And my daughter's coming on my show. It's gonna be an episode with my daughter. I have a whole daughter. And people think
I'm glad you don't have a half a daughter. Okay.
Huh?
I'm glad it's not a half a daughter.
No, I have a whole daughter. So people if you go to my hometown, they look like I used my baby mom, or it was a cover-up for my sexuality. And that's not true. I was in love with my baby mom. Because I was DL, I was bisexual. I liked it peaches and cucumbers. I just couldn't have cucumbers as much as I had peaches. That's all it was. And we made a baby. So what's so crazy with that was I was in my relationship with her, and I was in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? I was in it. And so a lot of people look like, Jay had a baby? You know, I was like, well, when a man and woman get together and friction happens, this what happens. We make babies. So I think what's so crazy, I asked my daughter to this day, you know, is she insecure or feel any type of way? She say no. She actually one of the people who helped me accept my truth at the age of 6, because people in my hometown and in the church and stuff like they was talking about my sexuality. And my daughter wanted to beat everybody up. She like, I will beat people up, daddy, about you. And I told her it's not that deep because no one was stupid enough to say it in my face. I never met a nigga or a woman bad enough to pull the trigger to say it to me. And so I told her like, people gonna talk behind your back because they don't have no truth. And so she was one of the people. So she said she want to come on the show and do TikTok stuff and have fun. I think this could be like the 4th episode. And she want to talk about that. She want to get into that. So I think not a regret, but just something that really sometimes bothered me of, dang, you know, when I look at her, there was a point in my life that people thought, or when people to this day find I got a child, like, you got a daughter? Yes.
So
yes, I did.
I was blessed with a bonus child.
Right.
From my previous relationship. And so we was together, but we wasn't together for the sake of the church.
Right.
And one of the things it's not a regret, but it's a lesson that I definitely learned. And a little bit at one point it caused shame because we was living in a house, but we made our daughter live a lie to not tell anybody about what was going on.
Right.
So my secret, my lie became somebody else's, and she had to carry that. And that wasn't fair.
Right.
That wasn't fair at all. That was totally wrong because there's no way in the world I should have allowed that to happen. But I was living a lie.
Right.
You know, in a relationship, not in a relationship, the title but no title. But one of the craziest things I also did that I believe that it was because of the sake of the church, and I look back, I did some crazy stuff. This was an interesting relationship. I counseled my ex-partner and her ex-husband at our living room table. I counseled them for reconciliation, and knowing that it was not going to get back together, because once that counseling session happened, we ended up going to bed.
Right.
So that was another lie that I lived, that I put more weight and more shame on me because I started adding pain to myself, trying to play this role.
Sister. Well, so I'm going to say this, y'all. I appreciate you and your story, and we're going to do more of this. How can the people find you in your show and, you know, get to know you on a more personal tip?
Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, I did not even share that. I do have a show that I do called Shameless Conversations, and it is geared about talking about things that you have overcome and how shame had you or still have you, and we talk about it from a real transparent perspective, that, you know, we really talk about stuff that are not being talked about in the church, and discuss challenging things. And yeah, so I have that on Monday nights, first and third Monday. Got one coming up on the 22nd. I can't wait. Oh, when I disclose my guests, I'm excited. I appreciate you for coming on my show. Even I was like, we did a pop-up and I loved it.
Right.
And it was so much fun. Also to y'all can meet me on second and fourth Sundays at the Real Center of Atlanta, 2814 Norman Berry Lane in East Point. That's where you can personally meet me. We have services on the 2nd and 4th. And where else? Just my Facebook page, you know. Facebook. I'm trying to do the whole TikTok thing so y'all can really see my dance moves. So you know, and so I do I have morning inspirations. So come add me, like me, tag me, Marnisha Thomas, Marnisha L. Thomas.
Well, the inspirational quote before I tell you how to follow me, which you're already doing, it is to love yourself, respect yourself, and accept yourself. So Once you do all those things, you will find yourself freeing yourself from any toxic relationships, toxic mental health, anything that's toxic. You'll find yourself removing those things because you are finally in a place that you understand that you are loved. Okay? So love yourself, respect yourself. That's the most important thing. Y'all can find me on anything the J Royal. Anything TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook is the J Royal across the board, you guys. I have so many wonderful guests coming on this show, you guys. I thank you for being my first guest. I
appreciate it. I'm honored.
I'm so thankful. We're gonna cut a food eventually, but I know I want to keep it fun and educate, very educated, just very up there instead of me being silly. So thank you for sharing your views. Thank you for being my sister. And this is not the last. This is only the first. Now, you guys, I want y'all to share this, of course. Like and comment. We're going to read more comments. We will comment up under any questions y'all may have for her or myself. Until next time, I'm your boy J Royal, and we're out. Thank you, Nisha.
Out.